share, as a cancer survivor, what Terry Fox means to me.
Next slide.
Terry Fox to me means never giving up, to persevere no matter what hurdles you face, and to always keep your faith and hope. To always face whatever obstacle is put in front of you, whatever hurdle. He's taught me about bravery, taking one day at a time, one step at a time. And it's because of Terry Fox that I stand in front of you today, here as a stage 3 cancer survivor, that because of his selflessness and his ability and dedication and courage and determination to be able to go and have the goal and focus and dream of going from the East Coast to the West Coast, that cancer research today is not what it was 20 years ago. As you saw in the video, we lost Terry Fox June 28th, 1981. And because of his legacy, we are now in a position where breast cancer is not necessarily terminal. And it is simply a hurdle that we now can overcome with good health and good attitude. When I was faced with the C word, I have to admit, as a survivor, when I sit over in that chair and watch that video and Terry saying, the cancer is back, I cannot deny, even though I'm very healthy as I stand in front of you today, that is absolutely a fear that you live within. But I choose not to allow it to be a fear. I choose to allow that experience and that journey of my life, that chapter, to actually be a blessing. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that, because people often say, wait a minute, how can you tell me that cancer is a blessing? But it is a blessing, because I have the good fortune and the blessing to have recognized that you can't sweat the small stuff. That it's very important to be able to keep a balanced life. It's very important to keep your stress levels down. Shake that stuff off. You think that some of the things that happen in the play yard are such a big deal, but they're not really a big deal. And the great thing about storms in life, you know what the greatest thing is about a storm that you face in your personal journey? Storms never last, do they? When it rains and it's thunderstorming, does that last forever? No, it never lasts forever. It's just about persevering and having a positive attitude. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my life journey, a little bit about my world, and then take you through my journey of cancer that's brought me to where I am today. So I am blessed to be a mother of 4. I have 4 grandchildren. Last year I was here, I had 2, so I have 2 more blessings. And one of the challenges and concerns I had when I was faced with the C word was I have spent my lifetime traveling down the highway with my children, competing at rodeos. Have any of you ever been to a rodeo? Wonderful. So, you can only imagine how fun it is, right, on a Friday afternoon to load my kids up into my truck and load the trailer and the fridge and know that I was venturing down the highway to spend quality family time. Because at the end of the day, nothing else matters but family. Well, when I was told that I had cancer, I did not know what that journey was going to be. I just didn't know. I didn't know whether I was going to have 3 months, 6 months, a year, or 5 years. And that was a significant concern to me. But I was determined to have the attitude that I was going to show my children the same bravery and strength that Terry Fox demonstrated in the video today. So I'm just going to, Mr. Lewis had asked me, for those of you that haven't seen barrel racing, he thought that you may just enjoy seeing a little bit of a clip of what I'm doing when I'm not running my marketing company and incentive travel business. fast pace, right? So what's wonderful is that I've been able to continue down that path and that journey with my kids due to the amazing cancer research that we have today. So let's just talk a little bit about that journey. So April of 2010, so I'm proud to say today I'm a 7-year survivor. It was actually Easter, not probably the best time. It was family time. I had gone to a doctor's appointment, just a regular doctor's appointment, just about a week prior to, and I did many, many different tests. And I had done tests over the 2.5 years prior to that. And unfortunately, I was misdiagnosed for 2.5 years. So in April, I just had that feeling, you know, do any of you get that feeling when you just feel something isn't quite right? So I persevered through the medical system and I had them do tests. Well, those tests came back and I was told that I had stage 3 breast cancer. And I was going to face a journey that was going to take about a year. So I said, okay, let's get started. That journey was going to begin with surgery immediately. I had a tumor in my right breast that was the size of a lemon. So we all know what the size of a lemon is. So it was pretty substantial. And so they were wanting to get rid of that right away. Let's get that bad stuff out of your body. So we started with surgery, followed by chemotherapy that I went through for about 4 months. And then from chemotherapy, I was going to go into radiation. So I lost all my hair, and I decided that I wasn't going to allow that to affect my attitude. I wanted to make sure that my children saw a face of strength, as you saw a face of strength with Terry in the video. And so I decided we're going to make fun with this. So I had a different wig for every day. So all the girls in the room, can you imagine how fun it would be to have short hair, long hair, curly hair? So I would come out of the bedroom in the morning and my kids would say, oh Mom, you're Victoria today. We named them all. Oh Mom, you're Susie today. Or oh Mom, you're Haley today. And so every morning we started the day with a chuckle and they never knew what Mom was going to come out looking like that morning. And that was really all about positive attitude, right? Having a good attitude and being able to just push through the obstacle that even losing my hair, and I had long hair halfway down my back my entire life, there is no way that that was going to change who I was. It was only what? A hurdle. That's all it was. Because storms never last forever. Storms never last forever. So we went through that journey that took about a year, and then I had a little bit of a sideball curve that I didn't really expect. I had complications from my chemotherapy, and I started to lose my breath. I was actually trying to ride a bicycle up a hill, and my husband was long in front of me, and although I knew he was in better shape, I knew there was something wrong. So I went to the doctor, and I found out, uh-oh, I had blood clots in both my lungs. Well, thanks to our incredible medical system, they didn't waste any time, and they began to give me what's called a blood thinner, and I gave myself a needle in my stomach, in my abdomen, every single day for 13 months, with the goal of dissolving those blood clots. And thankfully, after probably about 6 months, those blood clots had completely dissolved and gone away. It was merely nothing but another hurdle that I needed to get through. But I'll tell you what I did determine. I determined that if I had made it through stage 3 breast cancer, after being misdiagnosed for 2.5 years, if I was faced with blood clots in both my lungs, then there must have been a greater purpose in my life. So when I am invited to mornings like today, I want you to know I hold it very dear in my heart because I hope that my story, as our 3 volunteers today inspired me, I hope that I can inspire you. Cancer research today, as I mentioned a few moments ago, is truly, where it's come in 20 years is phenomenal. It's because of people like Terry Fox. Terry Fox is not only a Canadian hero, he is also a hero around the world because he changed cancer research and charity forever. There is nobody like him, Mr. Cox said, there is nobody like him in the world. He has changed it forever, and as a survivor, I will be forever grateful for that. Are any of your families, your parents running in the CIBC run that's going to be coming up in the upcoming weeks that you're aware of? Awesome. So, boys and girls, that is an example of an event that has been created because of the perseverance and the vision of somebody like Terry Fox that raises truly millions and millions of dollars. Terry did not get to complete his goal from east to west. He went 5,361 kilometers, but his legacy is forever continued on. So I want to thank each and every one of you that are going to participate and get pledges in your Terry Fox run next Thursday, I believe, on the 28th. Because of your efforts, survivors like me get to continue our dream of barrel racing, raising kids and raising grandkids. And we would not be to where we are today if people like yourselves in this room didn't make that effort. I want to read one of my favorite quotes from Terry Fox. I just wish people would realize that anything is possible if you try. Dreams are possible if you try. If you have a dream of winning the 100-meter race, can you win that race if you don't sign up for the track team? No, right? No. But if you try, it all starts with one step. And Terry Fox took many, many, many steps. So as we conclude this morning, boys and girls, I want to thank you again for having me here today, and I want to leave you with just one thought.